All right, we gotta play with this for a second because I have to find the way to flip the camera. Tools. Ha, see that? You see that? All right. Oh, and that sun. Let's see if we can block it. There we go. All right, so we're gonna do, as I adjust, I'm really sorry about the adjusting, guys. I'm just trying to get my camera set up so you guys can see. I have the setting sun behind this, and so I've got the curtains pulled. I'm hoping that that we don't have too much sun interference. Get your headphones. All right, so today we're going to talk 7 stops to the top. And this training is going to be focused on, there we go. All right, so comments are going to be hard, okay? Because I'm going to have to stand back. Wow, let's get it together, huh? I'm going to have to step back. And so reading them, and I'm only seeing 2 comments at a time, so it's going to be a little bit difficult. But maybe if we go like this. There we go. All right. We're going to try it. 7 stops to the top. Now, you may have seen this training before. This training was done a long time ago, and it needed some updating. And I think it was Kristen Johnson who suggested that we redo this training, and I'm all for that, because this one is a really, really good one. It is going to be, I'm just going to get up close real quick. We're just going to roll with this. All right, so this training, guys, this training is about helping you, each and every one of you, understand that this compensation plan is not hard. From bottom to top, there are 7 steps. That's it, 7 steps, and that's all. If you begin to overthink this and you get in your own head, what happens is you get overwhelmed and you go, I don't have time for this. This is too hard, yada, yada, yada. Hi, Kristen Johnson's on. I believe Kristen was the one who suggested this. So say hi to her. All right, so the 7 stops at the top. I work with entrepreneurs every single day, and I am getting to a point where I find that you guys start overthinking your goals. You get way too far ahead of yourself. And what we need to do is we need to slow you down and start focusing you 1 step at a time. If you get into your head and you start believing that this is so hard, that, oh my gosh, how am I ever going to get from, dang it, from beauty guide and training, where I started, all the way up to senior director. How the heck am I going to do that, guys? It's 7 steps. That's it. Now, I need to be really clear with you guys, is there are going to be people in this industry, in this company, no matter where you go, that are going to come in and they're going to shoot through the ranks. That's reality. They are the 0.0001% of people who come in and they ignite it. The thing that you're not seeing is this isn't their first rodeo. This isn't their first rodeo. They have previous direct sales experience. Perhaps they have a team that came along with them. They recruited a bunch of people. You don't see that. You don't know that. It's none of your business. Quit being a comparison junkie. Quit comparing yourself to their journey, because it's a waste of time, and all you're doing is signing yourself up for some self-defeat. You're going, ooh, self-defeat, sign me up. Oh yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. It's not fun. It's a waste of time. And for you guys, it's the biggest battle that I come across with you guys, is you guys get into this mode of comparing and going, well, she did it. What's wrong with me? Well, there's nothing wrong with you. The average journey from bottom to top, right? From bottom to top in this industry is 5 to 7 years. Because LimeLife is so new, and because we're opening up to a bunch of countries, we're going international, all those things, the potential for you is much, much, much higher. Let's also really quickly step into the mode of reality. I am going to knock each and every one of you back into reality here. Okay, yes, Amy. She said, I'm cool with it happening slowly. I want you to get into a place of reality where you understand that you're not going to promote every single month. It's just not going to happen. You need to build. It takes time. You're going to recruit people who come in and don't do jack shit with this business. Sorry, that's the truth. It is the way that it goes. And you're not the only one who feels it. Everybody feels it, including me, Lindsay Colomb. There are people who are going to come into this business and they're not going to do squat with it. That's the truth and that's the reality. If you're going to beat yourself up over the fact that everybody doesn't want this as hard as you want it, get ready for a real rough journey. And I don't want that for you. And that's why we're going to do this today, is because I need you guys to quit worrying about the things that don't matter. Quit thinking that the things that are happening to you are abnormal, because they're not abnormal. The truth of it is not everyone's going to come in and run with you. But the point is that you keep going and you keep looking for the people who are going to run with you. And trust me when I say, as somebody who has experience with this, let me tell you, they're out there. They are out there. But it's a matter of whether you're committed enough to finding those people, and you're committed enough to not self-hating all day long and saying, oh, I'm such a loser, I can't do this, until you get to a space where you stop doing those things and start simplifying and taking it one step at a time. Just one, guys. One step at a time. When you get into a space where you're doing that and you're focusing on the task at hand and you're saying, what do I need for what is next? And that's it. That's what I'm going to laser focus on. When you start doing that, not only is your life so much more peaceful, not only do you wake up every morning at so much happier a level, but you'll start to see more progress in your business because you're not frustrated. You're not feeling like a loser because you're not telling yourself you're a loser all day, every day. Kendra's red, discouraged easily. Kendra, sorry, babe. I love you, love you, love you. I really do love you, but get over yourself. You're not any different than anyone else in this business. And if you think that it's supposed to be easier for you just because you're Kendra, you're wrong. It is a task. And if it were simple, like I always tell you guys, if it were simple, if it were so easy to get into the top, to be a six-figure earner, if it were so easy to be a millionaire in this industry, everybody would be doing it. So stop expecting it to be easy, because it's not supposed to be easy. But if you're strong and if you keep yourself in check and you start focusing on the task at hand, which I'm going to break down for you, if you begin to do that, you will get there a lot faster. You will get there much smoother. And in that transition of understanding, I'm not going to promote every month. I am not an exception to the rule. I am not going to recruit every single person in the world. And all of those people are not going to be 100% committed to this business. That's the reality. And that's what I signed up for. And that's what I'm willing to work through to become a six-figure earner. You will become a six-figure earner. Got it? Understand. Leslie, you can get over yourself too. Tristan's just happy to be here. I love it, love it, love it. All right, so we're going to go over the steps of the journey, and I want your cooperation with this. We are going to self-celebrate. We are going to get you in a space of goal setting and mode of what is in the next, situation, or what's the next step for you. We're going to get into this today, and it's going to be so simple, and it's going to make you feel a lot better. And you know what? If you want to turn this broadcast off after we have covered your next goal, then that is totally fine. You can do that, and you can revisit this video whenever you're ready for the next step. Or you can watch it all the way to the end to help get into a space of understanding the whole cascade effect, which I'm going to go into. The LimeLife by Alcone compensation plan is 100% based on cascade. You will understand exactly what a cascade is by the end of this training. You will totally understand exactly how to master this comp plan by the end of this training. You will be so confident by the end of this training at what you need to do to get to the next level. It's going to be a breeze. And everything else, all the other garbage that you're putting on your shoulders and you're trying to conquer and you're trying to defeat and all these other things, you're going to let them go today. You're going to completely let it go. You're going to go, I'm too good for this. I'm done stressing myself out over things I can't control. I'm done convincing myself that I'm a loser. I'm done with that. I'm going to buck up. I'm going to put my big girl panties on. I'm going to slide them right up. And I'm going to start acting like a business owner, and I'm going to stop self-hating all over the place, right? Again and again. Linz, I love ya. All right, let me get a drink. It's funny because in my last video, I was like stopping for drinks all the time. I've got my poison Diet Pepsi, and I don't like Pepsi, but that's all Arby's had. So we ate Arby's today. Shame on me. I go to Aruba. You tell me I'm going on a vacation and I gain 15 pounds. That's just the rule. All right, so we're going to go into this. Let's begin. Because I am done with you guys overthinking this. You're going to stop it right now. This is what you need to remember. Right here, you see this? This beautiful little stair step. This is what you're going to remember. This is what you're going to focus on. Now, I want you to drop in what step you're on, okay? Beauty Guide in Training is 0. You're at the beginning, you're starting at 0. That's where you are. If you're a Beauty Guide in Training, I want you to drop a 0. If you're a Beauty Guide, I want you to drop a 1. A Lead Beauty Guide, I want you to drop a 2 in the comments. A Star Beauty Guide, you're at step 3. A Director, you're at step 4. A Lead Director, you're at step 5. Put a 5 or whatever number is exactly what your current paid as rank is. Or your last month's paid as rank, or your highest ever, whatever you want to call it. Star Director is 6 and Senior Director is 7. Okay, so I want you to drop in. God, I hate this angle. Hold on, I'm going to fix this. Maybe I can. I just got to get so you guys can see everything. Is that better? Hopefully that's better. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. I can't see comments as well, but we're going to give it a go. Okay. So, now that we all are understanding what step we're on, right? The number that you put in to the comments is the step you are on. We're going to go through all 7 steps here today. But I want you to be very aware of what step you're on. Now, your highest ever paid as rank, your recognized rank, your lifetime rank might be different from your last month's or your regular average paid as rank. If your average paid as rank is lower than your highest one, then I want you to count that as your step. And I want you to think of yourself at that rank because we got to rebuild or whatever it is towards getting you back to where you're going to go. Okay? All right. It's perfect. Amanda Brayman, you're a doll. All right. 7 steps to the top. I'm going to pull this down. You're going to see something similar. I decided to bust out 2 notepads because I need to continuously go back to this little stair step thing. Okay? 7 steps. Ready, set, go. Step 1, Beauty Guide. If you are a Beauty Guide in Training, meaning that you are at step 0, this is the task at hand. You need to get to step 1. And step 1 is simple. Oh, $1,000? $1,000 in sales? How dare you say that's simple? How dare you say that $1,000 is simple? It is simple. You're overthinking it. And the longer you sit there and cross your arms and say, that is so hard, I can't do it, the longer it's going to take you to get there. The fact is if you want to get to Beauty Guide, you want to get your first $1,000 in, do you know what you need to do? You need to find 8 people. 8 people to buy a teen collection. That's it. That's all you need. You don't even need 8. You actually only need 7.69 to buy a teen collection. But if you get 8, you'll be well past that. You'll be well past what you need for Beauty Guide. And you know what? A bunch of you are already digging into that 1,000. Some of you are already 10, 20, 30, 40, 50% there, right? I want you, if you're sitting at step 0, if you dropped a 0 in those comments, what I want you to do is I want you to get a calculator out. I want you to log into your green room and I want you to type into the calculator 1,000 minus and then your lifetime PRV, your lifetime amount. And I want you to hit equals and I want you to look at that number and divide it by 130. Why? Because that's how much a teen collection costs. $130. Okay? You're going to divide that and that's going to tell you how many teen collections you have to sell. Teen collections are exactly what I start every one of my clients with. Anytime someone talks to me about foundation, anytime someone talks to me about anything, I say you need to look at the teen collection. It is a full face of makeup minus the mascara. It is what all of my clients start with. And they all go, what is that? It's a great way to save money. It's a great, great, great collection. and they look at it. You need to start mentioning the teen collection when anyone talks to you about products. If you're interested in more than just the foundation, even if you never spoke to them about anything other than the foundation, you have to say, I don't know if you're just getting the foundation or if you're looking at the teen collection, but if you're looking at the teen collection, let me know. Most of my clients go with that. See what I just did? Do you see? I did a foundation video last night and one today. And I've had people blowing up my inbox wanting color matching, right? And every time I talk to them, I go, yep, you're going to be a Shinto too, perfect. And I don't know if you're looking at the teen collection. Most of my clients start there. If you end up getting the teen collection to save a little bit of money, let me know and I can help pair you with a blush and some eyeshadows. And guess what? All of them never even knew what a teen collection was, but I just dropped that right on them and they go, wait a minute, what's a teen collection? And I go, oh, it's right here. And I drop them the link. This is what the teen collection is. Take a look at it. If it's something you're interested in, let me know. That's what you guys need to start doing. You need to get into the mode where you are sprinkling those upsells through every conversation. Understand? Understand? Awesome. So step 1 is beauty guide. Those of you sitting at 0, I want you to throw emojis on the screen. I want you to throw little thumbs ups if you accept the challenge. And I am challenging each and every one of you directly. Lindsay Marie Colombe is challenging you directly to hit beauty guide by February 28th. What does that mean? What does that mean? That means you have just a little over a week. And do you think you can do it? Yes, you can. And when I tell you you can, I am saying that you absolutely can if you get out of your own head and you start focusing. Simplify down what it is that you have to sell in collections, and then say, okay, I need to sell 3 teen collections, and then get laser focused. Who can I talk to about a teen collection? What can I put on Facebook Live? Can I go demonstrate the foundation? Can I do this to start generating interest in having the conversations? Can I offer color matching? Can I demo the puffy brush technique that Lindsay just did today that everybody went nuts over? What can I do? You need to get in there. It can be done. Get out of your own head and jump up to step 1. Got it? Let's roll. All right, so step 1, we want to conquer this. This is the goal. For all of you who dropped zeros in the comments, this is your goal by February 28th. Got it? Got it. All right, step 2. So if you are currently sitting at step 1 and you dropped a 1 in the comments, pay attention because we're going to talk about this. Step 2 is lead beauty guide. Here's you, okay? That's you. What do you need for lead beauty guide? You need 2 friends to join you. You need 2 people who are, your best friend. You need to call her up and be like, hey, I love this. I'm having fun with it, but I would have so much more fun with it if you were doing it with me. Let's do this. Let's have fun. We can do events together. We can go to these, regional events together. We can go to the LimeLife Palooza together. It would be so much fun to have you here with me. Go start talking to people about your opportunity. All you need is 2 people to conquer step 2. So if you're a step 1, you need to get your 2 people. Boom, boom. That should be your focus. Some of you may already have a couple of people. You might have 1 person and you just need another one, right? You never know. But you need to be focusing on this. And all you need once you have those people is 1, you need to be qualified. And what does qualified mean? Throw it in the comments. What does qualified at LimeLife by Alcone mean? In order to get paid on your team and to get paid at rank, what do you need to have in order to be qualified? Drop it in the comments. And your 2 people need to be qualified as well, with a total of $2,500. That's it. $2,500, that sounds like a lot. That sounds crazy. That is crazy, Lindsay. How are we going to sell $2,500? Well, that is $833 each. Could you guys do it? Yes, you can, if y'all are excited. If you start breaking down your goals, I see those 300s in there. That's right. You need $300 in personal sales to be qualified, okay? So $833 between 3 people, can that be done? Yes, it can. It can. Because as you climb to beauty guide, you got at least 8 customers, right? At minimum, you got 8 customers. And maybe if you ask those customers for reviews, right? Maybe if you go, hey, you bought some stuff. Do you want to go share your thoughts and give an honest review on your Facebook wall and tag me in it? Maybe you find some more people, and that's how you start generating sales that continue to come. And you start growing your network and you start branching out. If you didn't watch my live from last night here in the Dream Team, go watch that, because that's a sales generator. That's a network booster, right? All right, so before we go further, I want to take it back here, okay? You started here, and you sold your first 1,000 and you jumped up here. So this is the chain of events I want you to begin doing. I'm gonna get a different color. So building a cascade, pay attention to this because this one's really important. You started here and you jumped up to Beauty Guide. Every time you jump up, I want you to be absolutely focused on filling the spaces behind you. Understand what I'm saying? So because you are now here, I want you, can you see that? I want you filling this space behind you, period, always. If you do that through every step and you keep the spaces behind you filled all the way to the bottom, you will have everything, you will have the smoothest ride up. The smoothest ride up, okay? So your Beauty Guide now, so what do we need to do? We need to fill this space. We have to, because what happens is that gets you one step closer to here, and then you need to just fill another one, right? Now, to jump up to Lead Beauty Guide, so going back, we're gonna conquer step 2. We conquered it, right? You got your 2 people, everyone got qualified, you got your 2,500, boom. You promote up to Lead Beauty Guide, right? So what do we want? What do we want? We want to have one person in our team jumping to that level. That means one of your new girls that you brought in jumps up here and you fill her space, right? You fill her space. So you're here, you make sure someone's in this spot and on this spot. You always have the steps beneath you filled. You never leave a blank space. This is how you're going to maximize the comp plan. This is how you're going to make lots and lots of money. And this is how you're going to keep your team empowered, because you're going to train them to do exactly the same thing. If you don't believe me, if you do not believe me, let me tell you that I am the top earner in LimeLife by Alcone, and I know exactly what I'm talking about. I know exactly what I'm talking about. I am the most balanced team in LimeLife by Alcone, the most balanced team in LimeLife by Alcone, and the top earner in LimeLife by Alcone. I'm not bullshitting you. I am here to make you successful, so pay attention to what I am telling you. Got it? So we always keep the steps behind us filled. All of them, not just some of them, all of them. Got it? All right, so now we are here. We want to jump to here. So what do we need, right? Let's go into step 3. Step 3. So if you dropped a 2 in the comments, step 3 is your goal. Your goal, your goal, your goal. All right, Star Beauty Guide. There's you. Always qualified. Always. You cannot get paid as rank or promote without being qualified. Don't forget it. Don't forget it. And you need at least 3 qualified lines. Now, doesn't matter how deep somebody is qualified. This person doesn't have to get their 300 in, but somebody in that line does in 3 separate lines. Hopefully that communicates well. And you have built a lead behind you. Why? Why? Because in order to get here, you have to fill that space. Did you see that? Did you see that? Are we putting that together? In order to get here, you have to fill the space that you just conquered. You just completed this right here, Lead Beauty Guide. Now you create that within your organization because you need to fill the step behind you, okay? So you jumped up here, and in order to jump up here, you had to create, this is going to get interesting. you had to fill your lead, right? So your beauty guide jumped up here, this girl jumped up here, and you brought a new one in, okay? And what happens here? Wow, you've recruited 3 people. Because all of the spaces behind you are filled, you have the 3 people needed to hit star. Do you see? Are you seeing what I'm saying here? Throw some emojis on the screen if you totally see what I'm saying. If you follow my process, and if you fill the spaces behind you and keep them filled with people who are present, you will have everything that you need, always, always, right? You'll always have what you need for the next step. And again, this won't be a stair step. It'll feel less like a staircase and more like an escalator. It'll feel so much more like an escalator if you follow the way I'm telling you to do it. Understand? Awesome. All right. So another thing that I want to point out, okay, is in order to get star, you need 3 active beauty guides. You need 3 active lines. You may recruit more or have to recruit more than the standard 3. Why? Because just like I said earlier, just like I told you earlier, sometimes you're going to recruit people and they don't do nothing. They don't do jack squat. That's the reality of it. What I'm showing you is bare minimum. And when I tell you I want you to keep these spaces filled, I need you to keep them filled with people who are focused. If you have this space filled or this space filled and the person's not focused, you need to get somebody else in that space. Fill that space with someone who's here, right? They have to be there. They have to be present. You can't have warm bodies in order to climb to the top of a comp plan. Warm bodies don't get you nowhere. That's why we sponsor quality over quantity. If you start just trying to sell the kit and get as many warm bodies on your team, you're cutting into your own paycheck, sweetheart, and you're going to drive yourself into the ground. So quit recruiting people who don't want this. Quit convincing people who don't want this to join your team, and wait and look for the people who are your runners. Got it? Awesome. All right. Step 4. So the next step, if you dropped a 3 in the beginning of this broadcast into the comments because you're on step 3, you're currently a star beauty guide, this is your next task. Director. Director is your next task. So let's look at this, because here's you. Here is your lead beauty guide turned into a star. She recruited another person and she recreated and duplicated what she had just done, right? She goes, oh, I just hit lead, and if I want to level up, because you trained her so well, and she probably watched this video because you sent her the link, she goes, awesome, so I need to duplicate what I just did. And she duplicated it, promoting her to star. So now there's your star, and because you have to keep all spaces on your staircase filled, you started another lead, right? And you also recruited a 4th person. Why? Why did you do that? Because when you said, I'm going to jump up to director, I need my lead to jump up and become a star, because that space on my staircase is empty. And I need my lead spot filled, so I need to build another one of my legs into a lead leg. And you created one of those. And then you have a beauty guide hanging out. They're focused, but they've hit beauty guide. And you've recruited another person. And they're your beauty guide in training. So all the steps behind you are filled on your staircase. Got it? Awesome. I think we're understanding the cascade. So for director, what happens? You're qualified. You have 4 lines qualified. And their people are qualified, and you guys did $10,000 in volume, all as a big group, and you're phenomenal. You are amazing. Drop an emoji or celebrate yourself, because I have forgotten to ask you to celebrate if you have conquered any of these ranks. I want you to type in the comments, I have conquered step whatever. I want you to type in there and celebrate yourself for whatever steps you have already conquered. That is really important, that you guys begin to celebrate these things. Understand? Awesome. Who said that? Okay. All right, so if you're not celebrating the things that you've conquered, because let me tell you, let's really take a look at this. Because all of you like star beauty guides, this one's really funny. The star beauty guides are always like, I feel like I'm never gonna get there. I feel like I'm so far off. I feel like it's just gonna take me forever to get to where I wanna be. Honey, you are halfway through the comp plan. Hello, you're halfway there. What is your problem? Get out of your own head, quit being a jerk to yourself, and start celebrating the fact that you're halfway through the LimeLife by Alcone comp plan. Enough. I'm tired of hearing you guys down on yourselves. I'm so over it. If you are a star beauty guide, you're halfway there. Halfway, guys. And if that's not cause for celebration, I don't know what is. Is it good to be hungry? Yes. Do I want you hungry for the second half? Yes, I do. But if you don't learn how to go, damn, look what I've done. Look at how good I'm doing. This is going to be a long, slow journey. You got to get your mindset right. You got to get some personal development under your belt, and you need to start really focusing on getting fixated on your goals and the tasks at hand, and not the bullshit stories that you're putting in your head about how much of a loser you are. Because you're not a loser. You're halfway through a damn network marketing comp plan. That's amazing. All right. So, step 4. If you are a director, your next task is step 5. So if you dropped a 4 at the beginning of this broadcast, your next task is lead director, okay? Lead director, what do we gotta do? We need to fill the spaces behind us. Are we catching the rhythm of this? Do we understand? Are we starting to pick up what the cascade means? Because I'm gonna tell you, it's miraculous if you just pay attention to it, okay? I will never lead you astray. All right. So what do you need bare bones minimum for lead director? You always need to be qualified, and you need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 active lines. If you ever can't remember how many active lines do I need for each rank, the step number is the answer. So if you're on step 5, you need 5 active lines. If you're on step 6, you need 6 active lines. If you're on step 7 for senior director, you need 7 active lines. Understand? Awesome. What do you need for this? You need a director and a star. So you have your star. Let's do this. Here's you. You want to jump here? So what did you do? You turned your star into a director. You turned your lead into a star. And if you're smart, you turned your beauty guide into a lead, because this space, even though it's not required for this rank, if you want your cascade and you want the escalator ride instead of the hard climb, you will have filled this space by promoting your beauty guide to a lead beauty guide. You want your beauty guide in training, jumping to beauty guide, and you want to fill her space and keep all of those stair steps filled. Got it? Awesome. All right. So as we were just talking, the requirements for lead director is your star promoted up to a director, your lead promoted up to a star, and if you're super smart, this girl right here went, oh, we're going to go to lead because I want my cascade always. I'm a lead director. I need a director, a star, and a lead behind me. There's my beauty guide. There's my beauty guide in training. My brand newbie right here. Got it? All right, so that is a cascade for lead director. You need $25,000 in total group retail volume, and you have nailed it. So we see here, look at how close we are. Do you see that if we all just jump up together, will it happen once a month? No. Are you going to fill? Are you going to everyone jump at once every single month? No, it doesn't work that way. It takes this thing called time. It does take time, and it also requires this thing called patience. Patience is this weird word that we all forget the meaning of, right? We all forget the meaning of, but I'm going to tell you something before I go any further. I'm going to tell you right here and now that the people who build strong and they build smart and they always keep their staircase filled with people, every step they keep at least one person on that stair step, at least one. It may take them longer. They may not be the ones who come in and shoot all the way to the top, but I will tell you what they do. They accomplish something that the people who shoot to the top can't accomplish. They accomplish a strong, stable structure. A very strong and stable structure. The people who come in and go, woo, and they jump right up here, it all crumbles. It begins to crumble. Those people have a harder time having consistent ranks. They have a harder time maintaining. They have a harder time promoting after a jump like that. It is a feat, and they're often ill-equipped for the leadership that is required. When you jump from here to here, you're not always equipped because you didn't learn all the lessons of the climb. You didn't learn all of the leadership lessons and guidance, and you didn't coach your team and get that connection with your team through each of these processes. You didn't do that. And so it begins to crumble beneath you. So if you're going to kick your own ass about not getting there fast enough, remind yourself of what you cannot see, because there is a ton that you cannot see. There is so much that you don't see, and you must always remember that it is our job to make everything look like wine and roses. It is our job to make everybody look like everything is good and well. But I'm going to tell you, the people who jump and skyrocket, they don't always have the easiest time. And there are more often than not, struggles that you can't even imagine that they go through in the background. So don't ever believe for a moment that anyone is better than you for as fast as they go through, because these lessons will create stability within your team. All right. So lead directors, what do we want? Star director. When do we want it? Now. All right. So if you put a step 5 in the comments because you're sitting at lead director and your goal is to hit step 6, here is your target. So step 6, what do we have? Hold on. All right, we have you, active as always. How many active lines do we need? We're on step 6, so we need 6 active lines. All separate to us, all separate. We're a star director, so what do we need? We need a lead director behind us, a director behind them, a star beauty guide behind them, and if we are smart, we have another lead growing. Why? Because that space on our staircase is empty, and we need that staircase filled. All right, so we have that going, and this could be here or here. Don't pay attention to the order in which they are represented. This could happen in any order. You need $50,000 in team group retail volume, and this is what it looks like. I'm not going to go into crazy detail because if you're at this level of the comp plan, you should understand it. And that's another thing, is once you get to executive levels, it is your job to know these things. It is your job to know policies, your products, all of those things. At executive levels, guys, you need to know your stuff. You don't just show up to collect a paycheck. You need to be able to train and answer questions for your team. But that is not the point of this. So we're going to go up here, and we jumped up to star director, which means our director promoted to lead, our star promoted to director, our lead promoted to star, and we created a new lead because we want to keep that hole in our staircase filled, and then we brought in a new beauty guide. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that's weird. That's exactly how many active lines we need to get star director. That's convenient. It's so convenient when all of the steps behind us are filled with focused people. We have everything we need for the rank that we're at. Isn't that magic? Isn't it magic, guys? It is absolute magic, and I'm going to tell you right now, there is a beauty in this process. All right, so we want senior director. Let's just blow through this because we get the point at this level. Step 6. Step 7. Dun, dun, dun. We have senior director. This is the big money. This is the top of the comp plan. This is where you max it out. What do you need for senior director? Let me blow your mind because it's actually really, really easy if you followed this. Why? Because you get active. How many active lines do you need for step 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, what do we need behind us? We need to fill the space we just jumped out of. There's our star director. We need to fill the space that she just jumped out of. There's our lead director. We need to fill the space that she just jumped out of. There is our director. We need to fill the space that she just jumped out of. There is our star. And if you're smart and you truly want to maximize this compensation plan, you don't quit here. You don't quit. If you have your eye on platinum and you want to continue rocking it out, this guy right here or one of these guys, they're a lead. You never stop building that cascade. Even though that staircase, right? Even though we have effectively jumped to the top of the staircase and we got our lead director to star, our director to lead director, and we filled it all the way to the bottom, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 active lines. We are right where we want to be. We do not stop. I say, keep going. You keep going. You keep climbing and creating new steps and get that person, get your star to senior, get your lead to star, get your director to lead, your star to director, your lead to star, your beauty guide to lead, your beauty guide in training to beauty guide, and you fill that space. Why? Because that's what's going to keep pushing you, and that's how you're going to maximize this compensation plan. And when you continue building a staircase and thinking of things simply, is you just say, if I just do one thing at a time, one thing at a time, one step at a time, if we have lead, let's just talk about our lead beauty guys really quick. Right? If you're here, which most of you probably are, right? You're here. I want you to quit worrying about all the crap I just went over. All you're going to think about is this. All you're going to think about is, who do I believe in my downline, who is committed and focused and who's ready to promote up to lead beauty guide? Who's ready to fill the hole that I'm about to step out of? Who's ready to put their foot in as I take mine out? Who is it? Who do I have the most faith in? Who's my ride or die? Who is constantly focused on her business? If you can't say you have one of those people, you need to go recruit and you need to go find one of those people, because I promise you they're out there. I promise you they're all around. You're walking by them in a grocery store every day. They're sitting down the aisle from you at work in the cubicles. They're at the gas station when you're pumping gas. They're at Walgreens when you're getting your prescription. They're there. But you're never going to know where they are until you start talking to people. They're in your Facebook moms groups. They're in your community. They're your friend's friend. They're at the Pampered Chef party you got invited to but declined to go because you just didn't feel like it. That's where these people are that want it. That's where they are that want it. They're at those. And trust me, I don't care if you hate talking to people. So do I. So do I. I'm not one of those talking in the grocery store line people. But when it comes to my business, I do it. Because one, I have an awesome opportunity to extend to people. I have an awesome opportunity to offer that can change other people's life, and it can also change mine, and it has. And so I prioritize it, and I get over my stupid voice, and I just go, oh, you look really pretty today. You have gorgeous eyes. I carry professional cosmetics. If you ever want help or want to be paired with some eyeshadow, give me a call. You're gorgeous. And then you walk away, right? All right, so network. All right. I love you too, Nicole. All right. So that is the 7 steps to the top, 7 stops to the top, right? There it is. There is your cascade. That is how you build it. I pray that this was informational for you. I pray that this is something that you guys understand. I pray that you go draw yourself a little staircase, and I want you to start writing the names of each person that's in the hole behind you. And if you have a hole in your staircase, that you stop everything you're doing and you focus on filling that hole. And you fill that step and that space to ensure that you're always in line with the staircase, right? That's what I want you to begin doing. If you just focus this way, if you stop complicating everything, if you simply draw this really stupid thing that I put on a big Post-it note, basically, draw this stupid jagged line. This stupid jagged line will take you to the top of this compensation plan. Because when you look at it, you'll focus. When you look at it, you'll simplify. When you look at it, you'll see that it isn't as hard as you want to think that it is. This stupid jagged line can create a completely different life for you. It can simplify everything. But it's up to you to do it. It's up to you to be staring at something. It's up to you to draw it out on a piece of paper. It's up to you to care enough about your future, about your kids, about your bills, about the things that you want in your life, the college that you're going to have to pay for, the food you got to put on the table, the lights you got to keep on, everything. It's up to you to care enough to work and stay focused on this. I can't do it for you. I can stand here and I can yell into a camera all day long. I can do it all day long, but it's not up to me. I can simply give you a very easy tool to use. It is up to you to use it. That is what I've got for you guys. I love you to pieces. Please listen to me. Please take yourself seriously. Please get out of your own heads. And please quit complicating this because it is not complicated. I love you, love you, love you. And I will see you later. Bye. Come on, it's not going to finish now?